Counselor Lehman?
Here.
Counselor Marcus?
Here.
Counselor Larson?
Here.
Mayor Swanson?
Here. Reports from department heads, Public Works. Hi, Trent.
Howdy. I looked at, last time I was here, we talked about either a SCADA system or a dialer for the water tower. And when I was down in St. Cloud, I talked to a bunch of different vendors, and SCADA system's kind of out of the question. They're looking at $50,000-$60,000.
Okay.
Which they all said that we don't really need that, and I agree. And so I did get some quotes for a dialer system, and basically everyone uses the same sensophone for their dialers, and so it's basically just whoever's closest is the cheapest, because it's just the travel that we're paying for them to come here and install it. And I do have one quote here today. I don't know if you want to accept it or not, because I didn't bring the other ones. But it was the cheapest, and that's for $1,234.50, a quality flow out of Grand Rapids.
Was that the best price you got?
Yep. There was a different one for $900, but they had a monthly charge. After 2 years, it's more expensive. So.
Okay.
Okay. Well, at that amount, we could make a motion to move ahead with it.
I'll make that motion.
What's the same system we have on our
Yeah.
lifts?
Same system and the same company that is on our lift stations.
For lifts go down or run out of power, it calls us up.
Okay.
I'll support the.
All right, any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried.
That's it. Any questions?
Any frozen pipes in town?
Yeah,
Any more frozen
No,
pipes?
there isn't any more,
Good,
thankfully.
yes.
Talk to them guys that are cleaning. I wanted to say thanks for giving them a hand cleaning off them storm covers.
Yeah, some of them are buried pretty deep. Not fun in the frost, but.
No. All right, well, thank you, Trent.
Yep.
Thank you.
Fire and ambulance?
There's just the agenda stuff.
Okay. Engineering?
Just the item on the agenda.
Yeah, okay. Attorney is out, recreation board?
We're supposed to have a meeting last week, but we didn't because there was nothing on the agenda. And it could just wait till next month, so we'll have
Okay.
one next month.
All right. Library board, we had a meeting last week. We're just gearing up for the Hop into Spring. That'll be this Saturday from 11 to 1. And we'll have a lunch and the kids can look for Easter eggs. It's usually pretty well attended, so everyone's welcome. Long range planning and zoning,
I think we'll be having a meeting next month. Be our regular
yeah.
meeting.
Beat at the end of the month.
End of the month.
And sheriffs, you got a little letter in here from Ryan. He had contacted them. We are gonna start getting a monthly statistic report again, which will be nice. And clerk's report, I don't know if Ryan left you anything. He's gone to a conference.
Just what he put in your packet, the informational items about there will be a sheriff's report, and the St. Louis County Assessor's Office will be at the April 17th council meeting to address some issues.
Okay,
So,
sounds good. Thank you, Diana. Council additions to the agenda.
there's just the addition to the claims.
Right. Consent agenda minutes?
Oh, make a motion, please.
Citizens forum.
Oh, I'm sorry, I went right past citizens forum. Rudy, I'm sure that's why you're here. Did you want to talk to us? Or are you just here to spectate?
Well, I just heard there was something about us on the agenda,
Oh, there
but I
isn't.
didn't see anything there.
No, there's nothing on there. It was a vicious rumor, but we're glad to have you anyway.
No. Well, thank you.
Yes.
One thing I forgot to add about the dialer system is we would have to get a phone line to it.
Okay.
So it would be a monthly charge for a phone line also. Which I don't
Okay.
have those numbers on for those,
Okay.
that. I did forget about
Remember
that.
what their other ones are?
$67 and some odd cents a month.
Per lift? No.
Yep.
Wow. So we're talking one,
$800 more.
800?
About that, yeah.
That's what they are. Oh,
For our 3 lift stations, yeah, we pay about
Okay.
$67, $69 a month with CenturyLink.
Okay. Now,
It would help
charge-
prevent us from losing water again.
Right.
Yeah. Well, should prevent it,
Right,
depending on the problem we have, but then if there is a problem that we can't fix on well one, we'd be able to get our backup system on before anyone is affected.
and no matter who the vendor would be, we'd still have to get the phone line.
Yeah,
So that's
phone line
kind
would
of
be
a moot
separate,
point.
it'd be
Right.
something that would have to be brought to the well house.
Okay, all right, thank you, Trent. We're on to the claims? No, the minutes.
I've already made a
Nobody
motion
is-
You made a
for
motion?
approving.
There's support?
I'll support.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried.
I
Claims?
think, you want to talk, you signed up?
Rudy did?
No.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did you want to speak to the council?
Me?
Yes.
Yes.
I was moving right past Citizens Forum because nobody moved. If you'd like to take the podium and talk to us?
Well, I'm back again about my driveway. It was not fixed last year. Now this will be the 4th year. So I'm not sure. Nobody's called me. Nobody's approached me.
Well,
It's
it's
like
time.
if I
we're-
don't come here and holler a little bit, who cares about me?
The time we were gonna fix it, you were gone. You were out of,
I set it all up and gave the dates way ahead of time, the 2 weeks I was gonna be on vacation.
well, that was the time.
I'm
that
sorry,
was-
but I gave that way
Well,
ahead of time.
that's fine, but we're gonna do it this spring. That's still part of the agreement on our other project, and that's not done. So yours and that is still tied together.
Well, a simple phone call would have been nice.
Well,
I mean, simply anything, but it seems like if I don't, I've never heard anything from nobody.
somebody said you had to be there, you wanted to be there,
That
so
was
that's
part of
why
the
we didn't
deal.
go there.
It was part of the old engineers there, city
Yeah.
thing was all part of the deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had it set up, and I'd be there, make sure it's the way it's supposed to be. I don't want to be out of town, come home and have something.
Done that isn't up to what
That's right.
it should be.
You know,
That's
could happen.
understandable. That's understandable.
Yeah.
I'm sorry that you weren't notified. We did discuss it at a council meeting, that it would be done this spring as part of the
Yeah,
project.
Would have been nice to somebody.
John, did you?
Yeah, and the only comment, if you remember last, like, the 3rd or 4th week in October, when the weather really turned, it never recovered, so we were gonna do it when you come back towards the end of October. And if you remember, the weather, it snowed and everything froze, and it basically shut construction down for the year, so that was another reason. I know it was late in the year, but we were, working with them to do it when he
Sure.
got back, and again,
Sure.
So,
but like the council said, it's under contract with Joel and South.
but it'd be nice to
So it'll be done this spring.
give me an idea, put a thing in my mailbox, with idea of when you're gonna do it.
Sure.
Because I'm retired now and I got things going on
Yeah.
here and there, so I wanna touch base and I'll change my plans because I want it done.
Sure.
I gotta
Yeah,
be
and
notified.
anytime you have a question, just feel free to call City
Yeah.
Hall too, but we are planning on getting at it this spring.
Do you have any dates?
Well, road restrictions typically come off middle of May. Third week in May, might be a little bit later this year, so,
Well, yeah, road restrictions are going on Thursday morning, so
so you
you
got
can look at
6
60 days.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you got.
So they were gonna tie it in, we have some cement work to do in the alley that we're doing. So at the same time, those are gonna be done at the same time, so the cement for that project and your project will be here at the same
You're gonna
time.
figure June?
Yeah, I probably,
Probably June.
yeah.
Okay, all right, just so I know.
I will make a note with the staff to have somebody notify you when they have a date.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Okay. All right, any other? Okay, we'll move on to the claims then. We've got one addition to the claims.
I'll make a motion to pay the total AP of 100,000, or 100,001, 461.60 plus the 2,975.54.
Support.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried. On to the business, we have Buhl Med One, they want to set up a date to sit down and,
Beautiful.
Talking about Josh, that Mondays are pretty busy for us. If we could do it on March 28th.
it is a beta night, but I think, if we met an hour,
Well, everybody's got to be here for, or most everybody's got to be here for the beta meeting, so.
Yeah, that's good.
yeah,
I'd go at the same night.
yeah.
Or the same
Back to back,
afternoon,
yeah.
4 o'clock, 5 o'clock.
If we meet at 5, we should be done
5
by
should be
6, don't you think, Josh? An hour should be enough time to really hash through it.
Stewie.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
I think we should maybe give them a little more time than an
Okay,
hour,
all right.
maybe. Maybe we should meet at 4 o'clock or something, just in case.
Okay.
All right. Probably end up taking a break and coming back, but that's okay. Be better than having to cut it short before we got all the information. So do I have a motion to set that for 4 o'clock on the 28th?
I'll make a motion to set the meeting with Men's One Rep and Josh, March 28th at 4 o'clock at City Hall.
Support.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried. Resolution 1818, now we've got 2 versions here. The one that is not in your packet is the most current one. I think that's the one we're looking at passing tonight.
Ryan had done a resolution
Oh,
up,
okay.
but then you sent that one, so I just printed off the one that you sent for the
Okay.
meeting tonight.
Yeah, in terms of the form of that resolution, it's just, an application, or a resolution to make an application to IRRB. We typically use the boilerplate IRRB. If Ryan has one, either one's probably fine. And basically, early March, the IRRB came out with this public infrastructure grant program. So we met, the mayor and I and John and Ryan a couple weeks ago and kind of identified what the project, we thought for at least a pre-app that was submitted. And it's basically 4 areas. It's the alley between State and Forest by this L-shaped alley over here. The alley that we got the CDBG funds between Whiteside and Seville. And then another alley on State Street, or the alley between State Street and Mine Street. And the 4th project was, if you remember, we change ordered out the sewer work on the trailer court alley project, so we thought we'd put that back in. If we got some funds, we could finish the sewer part of that before we do the final restoration. That comes out to be about $561,000 worth of project, and the request would be $280,500 or 50% to the IRRB.
These are all out of that long-range, 5-year capital improvement plan that we have. And I don't know if the long-range planning and zoning committee all got that booklet, but I did request that we get more copies so that everybody who sits on that board would have them, because when we joined long-range planning and zoning, long-range planning and zoning, it does bring into it some of this infrastructure stuff for the long-range planning as well. So just so everybody's up to speed with what's, and we're going on the recommendations of our engineer who has looked at all these projects for a number of years. Are there any questions?
Looks good, and hopefully the money's there, right?
Yeah.
I'll make a motion that we adopt resolution 18-18.
Support.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried. Roll call?
Counselor Lehman?
Yes.
Counselor Marcus?
Yes.
Counselor Larson?
Yes.
Mayor Swanson?
Yes. Thank you, John. All right.
Here again.
Volunteer advertising. The volunteers, we've honored them with an ad in the Mesabi Daily News for the past few years. The cost is $33. Just a public way of saying thank you to the people who donate their time for the good of our town. Do we want to move ahead and do that again this year?
I truly believe we should. They go out of their way to do things with no thanks, really. So I think this would be a worthy $33 to spend. So I'll make that motion. Spend that $33.
I'll support.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried. We have a request from Inbound Studios. They would like to do some filming at our cemetery. I, for one, think cemeteries are sacred ground where we bury our loved ones, and I will not be in favor of allowing anyone to go out there and do anything that attracts attention or denigrates the property, so I wouldn't be in favor of this. I don't know how everybody else feels about it.
I pretty much feel the same way.
Yeah, exactly the same.
So I don't know that, I suppose,
I would think they need an answer, so I think you would need a motion to say yes or no.
okay.
I'll make a motion that we reject this. Yeah.
And I will support that.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried. And Diana's been looking into some costs to make our phone systems a little more cost effective up here.
Beautiful.
Some good numbers.
Yes.
They are.
I would make a motion and we accept.
Which one do you recommend?
You know, Ryan and I talked about this, and we think either one would work just fine. We kind of like the idea of owning the equipment after 36 months. Our phone system we have now is, I don't know, gosh, probably 10 years, 12 years old.
Okay.
But then we also can see the positive of just leasing it, because then you can always upgrade
Right.
as well.
And with things changing the way they have been changing.
MCD they have a Hibbing office, so they're nice and close. But there is more savings with Duluth Range, so.
And leasing. And they've got a limit on minutes.
They do have a
every month.
limit, but 3,000 minutes is a lot of minutes.
Yeah,
I couldn't talk that much. I wouldn't want to talk that much.
yeah.
Well, let's try the Duluth Range for a year and.
Well, it'd have to be 3 years.
It's a
They require a
3-year lease.
3-year lease.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Are you making that a motion?
I make that a motion. We accept Duluth Range City Hall phone system at $154 a month.
For 36 months with a $50 startup? One-time cost. What's
Yeah.
that $50, just to come and hook
Just
up?
to cover their
Okay.
their time here to hook everything up.
And basically, this is the lowest bid of 3 bids, so it's.
Is there support?
Support. Oh,
Go ahead.
Any
Support.
further discussion? All in favor?
aye.
Opposed, motion carried. I think that's it.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I'll support.
All in favor?
Aye.
This meeting is adjourned.
It is now